So in the beginning, when we started this thing, it started from a pure space. We were all about, we did a lot of community work for free.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. It's Eli, the ultimate human out here, and who do I have right here?
Sayara, the alchemist, 3 times an icon.
Say what?
And you got your boy Rock from Rock Lifestyle, of course. I'm out here representing Black Sheep and everything like that, man. You know how we do.
Yes, you know how we do, man. Before we go into everything, definitely I want you guys to introduce, who you are and what you stand for, and how we came to this moment right here.
Sayara, the alchemist, 3 times IMBA Coach of the Year and your 2025 Icon Award recipient. A few years ago, I had a vision to create a natural fitness team, bodybuilding team that incorporates the elements of community, support, uplifting, and working towards health and wellness. And within those past 3 years, we've competed both nationally, internationally, traveled to several different countries, competed in many different natural shows, but we also worked on personal development, character development, positivity. We also did a lot of community work with clothing drives, fitness expos, and just everything that involves the health and wellness spectrum that we can use to not only help and benefit our community, but also teach other individuals a different way to go about living life and fulfilling many values and many purposes. So within that process, me taking the initiative and spearheading those efforts, again, I was awarded, Coach of the Year 3 times in a row, 2022, 2023, 2024. And then last year, one step up with the Icon. Myself also being an active competitor, professional in 2 different categories, was also able to win multiple titles in both those categories, including the Natural Olympia title. So that's my little background.
All right. Thank you very much for that. What about you, Rock from Rock Lifestyle?
Right? First of all, how you follow that?
I know, right? All those accolades,
I'm like,
man.
goodness gracious. I'm like,
Just saying,
my
man.
name is Rock from Rock Lifestyle. Nah. It's nothing to take away from you, King, man. That's so dope, man.
Thank you.
First of all, it's your boy Rock from Rock Lifestyle. My name is Rashad Bailey. I started this journey because, I was a retired Marine, right? I ended up getting injured when I was in and fell on like heavy depression because at one point I'm a 295 PF and after getting injured, I became 185 pounds, 3 braces and 7 different medications.
Wow.
And it just, being on a pedestal at one point, being proud of yourself and then looking at yourself at a certain angle, man, which is hard. And I started this journey because, it was, I had to do for me, right? And the doctor told me that. It wasn't no premonition of me just coming up saying, oh yeah, I woke up and said, I'm gonna do for me. No, I went to the doctor, they tried to change my medication, I lost my mind. Right? I lost my mind. I'm like, you gonna quit changing my medication. And like everything I'm taking, I was a Marine. I did everything they told me to do. And then now it's not making me no better. I'm having seizures after seizures after seizures. Now you want to change my medication again. And he looked at me and was like, well, what are you doing for yourself? Boom, blew my mind. Even though it was cold, it felt hard. But hey, I needed to hear that. I always knew how to train. I didn't know how to heal. And that's a big thing a lot of people miss, right? So, long story short, I got to get these braces off. And I thought of one day at a time. And I got to a point where I was so proud of myself. I lost the weight. I got healthier. Man, I need to tell this story. How am I going to tell the story? I could write a book, but nobody read.
Yeah.
So I had to get on. I had to do something that's going to show that I am truly about this, and you can understand me from my story. I became a bodybuilder. 2015, I joined the INBA. I did other federations, but INBA was something I liked. On natural, I don't have to keep defending myself that I'm not on any drugs or anything.
Yeah.
You know, it just felt right. 2016, became a pro. I did 2 different types of categories, but I really stuck to men's physique. That was my passion. I loved it.
Yes.
You know, so I stuck to men's physique, joined Team USA, and became an international competitor. I won different shows, but I don't remember them because it wasn't like that for me. You know what I mean? Not saying anything about anybody else. It just, to me, it was to build my story, tell people, show people, and I was enjoying myself. I was always training people, man, but now I get to show a person a lifestyle. So that's where ROC lifestyle actually came from. Nice. It didn't develop off of just a cool thing because my name is ROC and, you know, I put lifestyle behind it. No, I wanted to show people that I was dedicated and ready to do everything I had to do for me. This is my selfish time.
Yes.
And I teach you how to be selfish. And I want to tell my story. And that's why I got on stage.
Wow.
And then when I was doing this thing kind of by myself, in my mind, that's when I seen you guys. Mm-hmm. Like-minded individuals. Nah, hey man, let me go talk to these kings right now. And that's where we at. We started doing things together, integrating each other's ideas, and it became easy because I didn't have to force it. Because you guys had the same mindset. We just got different stories to tell. So that's why we here. We done did 2 shows together.
Yes.
We done packed the room. We done did expos. You know, we done did seminars.
Yep.
Yes.
What else can't we do?
Yes.
And that's why we here where we at right now.
Yes.
Trying to think of the next level.
Yes. Oh man, I love that, man. ROC lifestyle and Hairside the Alchemist, man. You know how I met these 2 gentlemen right here. For me, I met both of you at a different phase of my life. And man, I'm really getting emotional talking right now. You know, I met Sai back, 2019 when I was in Lejeune.
Yep.
And it was a very, very important phase of my life, right? There was this sense of I had everything going on for me, but there wasn't that fulfillment in here, right? I was ready to go to OCS to become a Marine officer, right? Go to recruiting. Like my career in the Marine Corps was a set in stone, right? But there was definitely something missing here. And when I met him, he was in a leadership course out there, and he's like the first time he said, like, man, who's this goofball coming to my leadership program? And let me tell you something, man. The moment I saw you spoke in that seminar, I'm like, whatever this man knows, I want to know. I want to know everything. And, at that parking lot, we spent hours, till like maybe like 10, 11 p.m., right?
Yeah.
But that journey has been blessing. I've been doing bodybuilding before I met him, but it became bodybuilding with a purpose.
Facts.
Right? Bodybuilding with a purpose after I met him. And not just in our own lives, but now the team that we created and the impact. My goodness gracious. It was just so amazing. And then there comes you. You came you came at a point in my life, same thing, right? I was going through this hardship then. And I didn't even know you on a personal level. And you're like, brother, I'm here, I got your back. I'm ready to fight for you, right? So which brings me to both of you are men of high value. And this is what this right here is. We bring value because we are men of value, right? What you guys have done, what we've all collectively done in the community is so amazing. It's so beautiful. Let's even take a peek at last year, yo. Last year, traveled internationally, did a seminar, did a fitness expo, went to perform on stage.
Yeah.
Right? Perform on stage for his music.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? Did a clothing drive, all that to impart the community, the value.
Yeah.
So my question is this, man. Like, to people out there that are watching this, right? This right here is going to be an unfiltered, raw version of who we are. And when I say unfiltered, right? People see the accolades, icon, Olympia title, ROC lifestyle, impacting the community. But people don't know the journey. And the journey creates value. And that is what we're here to share.
To be honest, man, I just think we we lack humility, you know, with society. You know what I mean? We always put a perspective on a person or an ideal on a person or what they should be and all this other stuff. That's why we get it confused with saying, oh, be your best, but we really mean be our best. You know what I mean? And that was delivered to me when I was younger. Because my best wasn't some of my family's best. I did different things in my family. Granted, I played sports. I did the natural thing because we was a sports, you know, family.
Yes.
But I was in plays. I did 3 operas. You know what I mean? When I was younger, I invested myself in being different because that's what I thought for me and my family made me special. You know?
Yeah.
I came from a tough background. I ain't gonna lie. My family loved me, but we had some issues. You know? And I want people, when they listen to this, I want them to understand that we're regular people. Our diversities is our PTSD. What drives you to be special and work hard is what's building inside you and what you want out of life. Your adversities should not skew from what you can actually give. And I want to hit those points. I want to show people that every time we do something, it don't work.
Yeah.
It don't work. But guess what? That's a building block into my formula.
A lot of my personal motivation came from, and I had to really think about that. Like, what drives me the way that it drives me? It's growing up and looking for specific examples of what X looks like and having difficulty in finding it. So there's a predominant, don't do this, this is wrong, you know, don't be like this, don't talk like that, the do as I say, not as I do. But you're doing it.
Yeah.
And then even if they weren't doing it, they're telling me, you should do this, you should do that. And I'm like, what does that look like? And how do I do that? They can't really teach. They know what to do, they can't teach how to do it. So experiencing so many of that throughout, whether it was, you know, before military or especially during military,
Yeah.
I got to a space where I'm like, I'm just going to create it. And I received some tools through a personal development program, you know, shout out to the late great Bob Proctor, that opened my mind up to different possibilities that I can create this.
Yeah.
So how do I do that? Starts with creating a vision. It starts with my self-image, and do those things align? And I just systemically work towards, well, what would this utopia look like if I had demigod-like powers to be able to make it happen? And then that's it. Was just create the vision and then now start breaking that down into actionable steps. Well, what can I do? I got to transform myself. Well, how do I transform myself?
Yeah.
I have to take an assessment on the things that need changing and have the courage to step into changing those things. And ultimately now, once I learned, then the best way to validate the information that you have, can you teach that to someone else? Can you pass that on to someone else and create a positive effect and impact in their life? Can you create results for others? And once I saw that I was able to do that, I personally believe my purpose and my calling found me.
Wow, I mean, I got goosebumps just hearing both of you guys' story and everything. You know, again, it gets me excited to all the viewers that listen. We are bringing high quality values to everyone, showing you the lifestyle behind this great man right here sitting in front of you, right? The journey and everything. And one of the beautiful stuff is, even before we go into this year, right? You guys, we all collectively worked together last year to produce something beautiful, amazing throughout the whole spectrum. So how did this marriage happen? Rock Lifestyle, the royal family, and, you know, birthing something beautiful last year. How did this collaboration come into space?
Well, to be honest to you, it was not just last year, it was the year before that really how we collaborated.
Okay.
Meeting you was a bridge, you know what I mean, of understanding who you were. When I found out what happened, you know, I just want to let you know, bro, you know, you're not in this alone. You know, and I think we need to do that. If and not to pick on nobody race, but black people always say they don't help black people. And when it's time to actually really help somebody, what do? You know what I mean? Like, and to me, it's not just because you were black. It's just because you was a good person. It just happened to be black. And I was, and just seeing how you were allowed me to see how you are. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Like I said, you was a bridge. I would have never noticed you on this type of tip if I wouldn't have. I won't say never noticed. It would have took me longer. Because I wouldn't have been open or submissive to how you ran. You know what I mean? You run a certain way, bro. You know what I mean? You carry yourself a certain way. And that what happened. And once I got to see you, man, it was in the story after that. You know what I mean? So building everything after that became something that, to me, seemed like longevity. We didn't look for the quick payoff in the beginning. We even said it when we went to the first show. I don't expect to make no money.
Right.
Wow. Yeah.
Remember that?
I remember.
I was
man.
like, I don't expect to make any money.
I remember.
You know what I mean? I just want this thing to run smooth. I want us to have fun. I want us to be in front. I want us to do us. Show just us first. And this would be our marketing budget of just putting into ourselves.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And we did that.
Man, yeah.
So that's how, to me, it actually meshed in because we didn't base our friendship or our relationship off of money. It was never monetary value. Only ideas of what we trying to do and how we trying to change things. If it makes money, it's going to make money.
Y'all could dance around it all you want to. I'm going to talk about it. So in the beginning, when we started this thing, it started from a pure space. We were all about, we did a lot of community work for free. We charge nothing. We coach, we mentor, we develop, we help people go from obese that belong on BCP and should be, you know,
seriously.
It should be discharged because they're out of standards and help them get in shape and have successful careers. We did a lot of work. We took people with no self-esteem, zero self-esteem, and built them up and called them kings and queens. So we did this over months, years, and we opened our arms and our doors invitingly to everyone. Other coaches at the time, I didn't even know. Other coaches was sitting down having interviews with people, hour-long, 2-hour-long interviews, deciding whether they were going to take someone on or not. We didn't. Someone came, we like, come as you are. Right? However they showed up, that's how we accepted them, and we worked with them exactly where they were and build them up better than when they came. Every single person that came in contact with us went through that process, and no one can testify and say that they didn't benefit from the work that we did for them for free. Now, it got to a point where individuals, some individuals may felt that they were entitled to more, or whatever it was. And unfortunately, that's just not the case. And as well as as we grew, we realized that we have to draw certain boundaries based on the values that we uphold. Because not only are we heavily invested and involved in this thing, but so is our families, our wives, our husbands, kids, you know, mothers, fathers. Like, our families are invested in our family unit. So when you have people that are, you know, cheating on their spouses, and people that are, and we're an all natural, lifetime natural team, and people that want to step outside the box and use prohibited substances, or even think about using prohibited substances. I have an obligation to the people that I stand up and represent, that I have to draw certain boundaries and certain lines. And as a result of us drawing certain boundaries and certain lines, some people didn't take that well. So what they decided to do was attack him. You stepped in equivalent to how I stepped in, and how, you know, and you didn't like you said, you didn't really know him. You didn't know this is my brother, right? You know, we go places, people like, y'all twins, yup, right? So seeing someone step in to protect, you know, someone that you love and care about, automatically, I don't have to know nothing. That already told me everything I need to know about you, and that from that day forward, I was like, even though we still never even really spoke. From that day forward, I said, and I said to him, I said, look, man, he has unlimited, you know, credit in my book. So you call up, hey, I need help with this, you got it. Hey, I need you got it. You know, so that's what did it for me. That loyalty and that trust was right off the bat. What was beautiful about the getting to know you was hearing your story, but then seeing your work ethic, because I'm a work ethic person. If you don't want to work and you're lazy and like, don't come around me. I'm just not the person that you want to be around.
Yeah.
Seeing your work ethic in action, I was like, wow. And I love to have smart people around me. I love to have, because when you surround yourself with intelligent people, there's never a moment that you can't learn. Every time you interact with them, you're gonna learn something new.
Right.
Listen, man, this is so beautiful, right? Especially when the part you talk about free, right? And then you talk about free too. And I just hit a light bulb on my head, right? Because listen, man, when I talk about men of value, right? When we started this journey, yo, it was for $0, man.
Yeah.
Free. And let me tell you something. Me, how I play a role into all this, man. I used to work in Myanmar. That is like an hour drive to Camp Pendleton. I would go to Camp Pendleton to interview people, work out with people, train or coach people, whatnot, and then drive back to Myanmar just to drive back around here for free. We did this for free, man.
Yes.
And you know, like
For
you
years.
said, for years, man. Right? And at some point, some people felt like, oh yeah, I needed to be treated more or something like that. But for me, throughout all those time, man, it was the time invested, the emotion invested, but more importantly, the lives that we touch, man, that supersedes everything. Because there's not a single person that'd be like, oh man, that took from me, that should have, you know, or something like that. Was all value based, man. And when we got to you, again, fighting through all that time, man, right? Because it was same thing. How did we get to that place? I was under investigation, right? For people claiming I did something that, again, I didn't do, right? I was under investigation. My life was just, again, I was a sergeant trying to get out of the Marine Corps, exit peacefully, right? And then under investigation, oh, Eli trained me. Eli did this. Like, me? Come on, man. I would have had a butterfly, bro. Right? And all the stuff, right? And then, you know, for you to step in and just, hey, man, I got you, right? For me, that was a vote of confidence and reassurance. All right, because then he was out of the Marine Corps then, right? He was out, and he's like, damn, my big bro is not here to protect me. They're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, out for the wolves to eat, right? And then you stepped in. So, but now when we went to doing the show, same thing, man. You're like, we'll do it for free. For me, I was like, boom, we did this for free. We want to do the show for free, because people look at the monetary value, right? Oh, what's in it for me? But when you say for free and we did it, even that first show, man, come on, let's tell them, how was that first show, man?
Man, that thing was different. We changed the whole perspective of what people thought of bodybuilding.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we took something that was traditionally one way. We came to an agreement that, hey, we not just feeding for the people that's going on stage. We're making it entertainment for the people that's come to see.
Yeah.
What's going to make people stay? And I think we took that idea and just worked it and just trusted each other. Mm-hmm. We had spas. We had men's health. We had B3 bands. We had Smitty
performers.
Cakes. Yeah, we had performers.
Yes, on stage.
Yeah, and then we went to Surprise, Arizona, and did the same thing.
Did the same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just we created a blueprint. That's what we did. We created a blueprint, and we just want people to be engineers and look at the blueprint. And if you can't read it, holler at us. We can come and make this thing what you're trying to make it, but we have to make sense of it. You know, like, that's why we're gonna go overseas and we're gonna do this.
Yes.
We're gonna create something that's gonna leave a mark on this world. It's gonna just be about positivity and just lifestyle. You know, and we're gonna make it fun.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
that's the bad part about it, man. Getting information and it's boring. You know, you get a whole thing through PowerPoints. You really never see a person's real love for this thing.
No. PowerPoints. I went through that 8 years in the military, man. Don't
Yeah,
wanna
you
get
know
no
what I mean? Like
PowerPoints, man.
that's just information driven. But if you want somebody to remember something, you got to create it.
Yes.
And I think we acted upon the values and the purpose of natural bodybuilding in the first place. The purpose of natural bodybuilding, if we were to define it, if someone was to define it, very seldom in a definition you're going to see that it's about pro card, first place, win this, win that, et cetera, et cetera. Sure, that's a byproduct of competition. Someone has to win first place, someone has to get this award, that award. But what is the entire, from start to finish, what is the entire presentation supposed to represent? It's supposed to represent health. It's supposed to represent wellness. Why is there a body quest? Because it's showing that you don't have to come up here in a mankini or a bikini. You could just showcase your transformation and your journey and tell your story. If you have tattoos and you want to, there's so many evening gown, there's so many formal wear, so many different divisions that allows a person to participate in health and wellness and lifestyle and transform. That's what the entire presentation is supposed to represent. I believe that we brought it back to that.
Yes.
We brought it back to that.
We did, yes.
And brought purpose and meaning and value again to the show.
Yes.
To the show.
Yes.
Not just to an individual or a group of individuals or here and there. We brought it to the show. And then by ROC introducing all the vendors saying that, hey, you know, everyone needs a massage.
Yes.
You know, a spa treatment. Or, hey, when you're done, here's a healthier version of food that you can eat with Smitty cakes and brought in all these different aspects. And then for the people who are sitting there and watching the show, like, okay, we have something in it for you too. You can benefit. And if you're on the fence of, should I take this step or not, we're going to help you make that decision to take that step because we're going to have something in it for you. And if you weren't even thinking about it, we got something for you too. We're going to plant the seed. So I think we brought it back. The royal family and along with ROC's lifestyle coming together brought it back to the truest form and the element of what the entire presentation was supposed to be.
You nailed it, bro. Like on different levels of just understanding and don't get me wrong, trophies are fun.
Yes.
But trophies don't make you.
No.
I've seen people be first place and nobody know you first place. Nobody even know you.
Facts.
Yes.
So that first place is just for you.
100%.
You're not like, and if it's about health and wellness, why not give that out? We're supposed to be advocates of that, you know, and we're supposed to. You're not smart if you only hold knowledge for yourself. You're only smart if you can transfer knowledge and teach people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, there's a lot of people that's good at their job, but they can't tell nobody about it because they got a certain way of thinking about how they do
just
it.
do this, do that. Yeah,
but to be able to teach it shows intelligence.
Yes. I got an 18-year-old and a 6-year-old, right? This isn't an anti-anything organization choice, life choice, right? I'm going to stay lifetime natural because it's inclusive. My 6-year-old and my 18-year-old can completely be included in everything that I do as a lifetime natural athlete. If I made a different choice, how many adults, parents, would want their 6-year-old to see them using anabolic steroids and using needles and stuff like that, and taking pills, right? Would you want your 18-year-old to see you doing that? Right? Do they have and my son he's been exposed to the community since he was 14. So is that something that's appropriate for a 14-year-old? Right? And we all serve as an example at some level, whether you want to accept that responsibility or not.
Yeah.
So at some point when you look at your kids and those coming behind you, what type of trajectory do you want for them, for their life? Do you say, I don't care if they follow my path, right? You know, or I want them, to me as a father, you always want your kids to be greater than you.
Yeah.
Greater than you. So that's one of the main things that I looked at too. So within our community, all the people that are represented in our community, all of the people that are represented are reflective of each one of our values,
yes.
right? Yes. So I don't want people around my kids that represent values that don't represent mine. It takes a village to raise a child, but it needs to be a good village.
A good village, that's
right?
true.
You know, so right, so because so the next generation are they're gonna become a product of what they've been exposed to. So I can proudly say that I have no problems with my son coming and hanging out with you or with anybody on the team, because he's not gonna get any different information than what I would give him.
Yes.
And he's not gonna be exposed to any different things than what I would expose him. And that was the importance of cleaning up our environment and making sure certain people wasn't in it.
Yeah.
Because they weren't, it became apparent that they're just not good role models or example of what we're trying to become.
Yeah, and you know, one thing I love, before, you know, Randy, so one thing I love about our evolution, right, our growth, right, especially with the ROC lifestyle, the royal family, right, when we started, man, listen, man, I'll clearly say, man, it was all about competition. All about the trophy, man.
Yes.
Like, you know, listen, it's like, hey, welcome to the winner's cycle, yo. When you come, it was kind of like a ritual or something, man.
Yeah.
You got to do some journal entry, you got to read some book, and just know that, listen, man, we're fearless, we're relentless in pursuing the goal, right? We serve its purpose then, but like you said, though, and like what you said, you get the trophy, but what about the life around it, right? What about everything? Like sometimes, can you imagine when the Singapore, we competed and everything, but we turn around, boom, right away to come back, right?
Yeah.
And now knowing that, hey man, there's ROC lifestyle, right? The lifestyle with all this stuff, combining it. Let me tell you, man, last year, oh my goodness, all the trips to Japan, Tokyo.
Because of you.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
For real. Tokyo, Argentina, Spain. All I know, man, the stage is just 1, 2, 3 seconds, man.
Yes.
The life around it, man. Let's go out and explore. And that is the beautiful marriage we'll have right here, man.
All of that was
beautiful
inspired
evolution.
because of you.
Yes.
Get out of here.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Yes. It started in Texas.
Yeah.
In Texas, we went to go compete there, and you know, boom, same thing. One, boom, boom, boom. And he's like, listen, man, shut down bodybuilding. Don't say nothing about bodybuilding. Let's go watch fireworks. I was like, come on, man, but because normally after a show, we talk about the next show. All right, yeah, when we go back, all right, this is your meals. All right, cardio, boom, boom. That is the normal talk. Well, he was like, shut. I'm like, man, is it okay, man? He said, shut it down. Like, is it okay? But we did, and let me tell you, that night was, man, I can paint it all over again, man. So beautiful. Watching the fireworks, seeing Nectar right there. It was just so beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Yeah. All of that was inspired because of you. Because we've always said, we're missing something. We're missing something. We don't know what it is. We don't know what it was. We weren't aware, right? You already came into the picture, and life was like, we already gave you what you're missing. You just need to expand your awareness now and listen. And it was like, it just, something clicked that, you know, and I was like, I get it now. And I was like, look, we're done with bodybuilding. Let's live. Yeah, and then we just, let's go, okay, taste these foods. And because that's taboo. Yeah. You know, we got to get back into prep. We got to maintain these physiques.
Look, you know, right back in, man.
Yeah, you know, it was like, no, we got to be in this champion mindset. You know, got to be relentless. We got to be locked in. You know, all these different key phrases. And locked in pursuit of these goals and these like, I gotta win this, I gotta win that, and I gotta climb this mountain. The ROC's lifestyle came and just kept. He was adamant. It was like a squeaky wheel, like lifestyle. Man.
Yeah, no, seriously,
and you know, I cook foods, right? And it's about the culture and it's about experiencing this, and it just something just said, bing, and I just woke up. I'm like, wait a minute, this is what we're missing.
Yeah,
like we don't we can look, we can like, oh, I'm gonna have a good time when I go to this place or when I achieve this, or I can create a good time.
And that is it. Listen, make sure to tune in next time. Dare to dream with us here, because we'll be bringing more values to every one of you out there. Ciao.